Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. We've got your HCC news and information for the next half hour. Glad to have you with us. It's Wednesday, December the 16th. We're about halfway through this week, a couple of more days, and we'll take a bit of a break. What do you say about that? Well, I know who's very excited about the break coming up. Frank Cooper filling in for Brittany Pacheco. Frank, it's always good to see you on a Wednesday. You're usually here Tuesdays and Fridays, but you're, filling in for us today. We appreciate you being here.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, Ty. I feel very accomplished, man. It's gonna be a 3-week work, up to the minute week for me. I'm happy about it. I might negotiate myself a new raise. I'm just saying.
Well, we'll see what we can do for that. In fact, we've got the chief on with today, so he might be able to approve that raise for you.
Awesome. Hey guys, just so you know, Up to the Minute, we're on YouTube, so catch every single episode, 5 days a week on average. So hit the notification bell for the latest on-campus news, interviews, and what's going on around your campuses. Also we're on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, all those major platforms. So follow Up to the Minute and let's grow the show.
That's right. We're here to enjoy the show and bring you up to date with what's going on here at HCC. We've got a couple of special guests this morning. Of course, the chief joins us, HCC Police Chief Greg Cunningham, here with us again for his Wednesday segment. Good to see you, Chief.
Morning, Todd. Frank, I got to tell you what, but the raise, I'm not sure I've got that kind of authority around here. However, I'm a fan. I'll support you all day long. I'm just not sure I can sign the document.
You're my man, Chief. You're my man.
Well, Chief, it's always good to visit with you, and it's a special day because we're going to talk with you, but we've also got one of your success stories joining us. Abigail Garcia is one of our student success stories. You may have seen her in the video, but she's also working for Houston ISD, and she's with the Police Academy at HCC and the Public Safety Center of Excellence. Good morning to you, Abigail.
Good morning, Todd. How are you?
We're doing great here. I'm looking forward to talking with you and the chief. We'll bring both of you back in a few moments, so please stand by. We're going to start things off. We've got a situation here at HCC. We've got a number of students who are going to classes right now. They're enrolled in HCC, and we'd like you to enroll for the spring semester. We've got a campaign called Secure Your Seat. Here to talk about it this morning is one of our presidents, the president of HCC's Central College. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Muddassir Siddiqi. Good morning, Dr. Siddiqi.
Good morning. Good morning, Todd, and good morning, everybody on this call and on the Facebook. I'm very excited to be here and share some information. So
that's right. So we've got a campaign going on called Secure Your Seat. Kind of mentioned it a little bit of what it's about, but maybe you can talk a little bit more about it and the reason for launching this campaign.
Thanks, Todd. I think we noticed that several of our students who are attending HCC have not yet registered for the spring semester. And, we are always trying to be in touch with our students. As you know, our faculty members, our program directors, our deans, and entire student service team, they always try to be in touch with the students. And we wanted to persuade through this campaign our students to register early in the spring semester. So they know how many classes are available and they can keep a balance between their HCC class schedule and other responsibilities. So that's why we are trying to outreach students and persuade them to register for spring classes.
I know there are a lot of benefits for registering early. Number one, you get a better selection of your classes. But right now with the COVID situation, classes on campuses, especially the lab-based courses, they're very small. So I imagine that would be a big benefit for registering early, to be able to pick and choose what time you want to be on the campus because of the small classes.
Absolutely, Todd. The benefit of register early for your classes are multiple. Number one, you get the class you want, like you are looking for only one class or two classes in a semester. Going early means you have high likelihood of getting into those classes. The second, I would say, you are being able to select classes that work with your outside schedule or your other responsibilities. Because as you know, many students at HCC, they work, they have multiple roles, they are parents, they have multiple responsibilities. And I think it's always good to have a clear schedule ahead of time before you make other commitments beyond your educational journey. Uh, the other benefit is, you can pick your faculty. So you can select your faculty because they are listed in the schedule. If you go to the schedule, you can see your faculty name. And some classes are offered only once in a year. They're not offered every semester, I would say, at least. I think finally, I would say the benefit is you can track your navigation. You can track your graduation pathway, what you need for your graduation, right? So get your classes, whatever you need to graduate from the program. So these are some benefits of spring semester early registration.
One of the things our students may be concerned about, especially ones who wait till the last minute to register, is the financial situation. Yep. But registering early, we have benefits for those students as well. Maybe you can talk about some of those when it comes to financial concerns.
So, like always in every semester, HCC is very supportive of providing all possible financial resources to all students. For example, in the spring semester 2021, students have multiple opportunities for financial aid and payment plans for qualifying part-time and full-time students, scholarship opportunities, and several other support resources, which are listed and available on HCC website. So I would encourage our students to please spend some time on HCC website. The website is full of resources. You can see a list of resources where you need to call or contact and how you get those resources. So it's a full of information. Right. So I strongly recommend students to take some time and learn what resources, financial and non-financial resources, are available to them on HCC website.
Another thing, Dr. Siddiqi, some students may be saying, well, we're about to come up on a winter break. HCC is going to be closed. If I want to register, I may not be able to get a hold of anybody to answer my questions. But you guys will have faculty and, or I should say staff, available during the break to assist students?
We taught, to be very honest, during the entire pandemic, we were available for our students through virtual lobby, Zoom lobby. So we are going to do the same thing over the winter break. We don't want to put our students in any disadvantageous situation because of the winter break. So from December 21st through January 3rd, a student can receive support, help through Zoom and call center from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And again, as I mentioned before, this information is also available on HCC website. So I again recommend students to go to the website and learn about what resources are available to them for spring semester.
Dr. Siddiqi, one final question. Some students may still have a concern about going to the campus physically, whether it's for a lab-based course or if the flex campus option is available next semester. Can you tell us some of the safety measures you've been taking, especially at the Central College, because it's one of our most popular and most notable colleges? Maybe you can tell us about some of the safety measures and precautions you have in place.
So, Todd, we have been diligently working with the state agencies, county government. We strictly follow federal guidelines, especially CDC. And our top priority is to protect the safety and health of all students and all staff at HCC. That is our number one job right now. Fortunately, over the period of time, like last 10 months, we built a very robust system, safety system, I would say. We have a screener when students come for the classes. We have screening process. We check temperature. Students have to fill out a form. We are spending a lot of resources on cleaning each and every classroom, after the classroom, before the classroom. And we are also providing a lot of information about how to protect yourself from infection. So the thing is, it's very important for students, especially for lab-based classes. Although we have multiple modalities and students have a lot of flexibility in the spring semester through Flex Campus, through 100% online classes, online scheduled classes. The good thing is for some disciplines like workforce program, let's talk about a program plumbing at Central College, right? Cosmetology, barber program. Students need hands-on learning experience. So it's very important for the objective of learning, for that student come to the campus and gain or attain hands-on skills, because those skills are needed for the jobs. So what we're trying to do, HCC, is keep a fine balance between safety and health and the course requirements. So I assure students that you are in good hands, and safety and health, your safety and health is our top priority.
Dr. Siddiqi, we appreciate you joining us this morning and letting us know a bit more about the Secure Your Seat campaign. Thank you for being here, and we hope to see you soon in the near future.
Thank you. My pleasure. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Dr. Siddiqi. We are going to move on to Abigail Garcia. Now, Abigail, we were talking before the show started. You're currently employed by Houston ISD, and you're also pursuing your education at HCC at the same time.
Yes, Todd. I actually graduated HCC last Friday.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. Congratulations to you. So tell us what you were able to graduate with and how that has helped you, because obviously you found a job before you graduated. Is that typical of most of your colleagues or students that you were in classes with?
It really depends. I graduated with the Associates of Applied Sciences. I was already working on classes because I was planning on attending the Police Academy. So I did the Police Academy, and then I decided to finish my degree.
I want to bring in one of our Chief Cunningham, and Chief, this has got to be a proud moment for you, seeing the proof of the performance with what's going on at the Public Safety Institute.
Abigail, I got to tell you what you did. You did exactly what I would have advised, right? So going back and getting that AS is just the beginning. The police environment is changing, and you are new to it, and you are going to be its future. The future is based in education and in experiences. Getting an associate degree is really the first step along that way. And I'll encourage you, that there are a bunch of ways now that you're in law enforcement to have your education funded, but you can get a 4-year degree, you can get a master's degree. And if you continue to grow and rank, that they'll even give you a PhD through funded programs. And the 100 Club is one of them, and there's several others out there. So you're doing it spot on and perfect. Boy, I'll tell you what.
That's got to be good to hear, Abigail. I want to ask you how what made you choose HCC and its Police Academy?
I was already a student. Right after I graduated high school, I started with HCC. It was closest to me. It was just perfect. HCC was for me my first stepping stone. I didn't find out about the Police Academy further down as I was taking a government class. That's how I found out about the Police Academy. And I found my actual advisor, who was Donnelly Sims. He was my first advisor when I started college at HCC. So I was lucky that I found him at the Police Academy, and he was my guide through the entire process.
And you're with Houston ISD now, and I know we were talking with you before the show started, and our director was asking how you liked it, and you said, I love it. How are you liking the job over at Houston ISD? Maybe you can tell us a bit about that.
I love it. Like I said previously, I really do love it. It's a new learning experience, and every day is a different day. You learn something new every day. I couldn't say anything. I'm very, very happy, and I'm glad that HISD gave me the opportunity to be part of their team.
We did a student success video, which we showed at one of our board meetings about you. And you talked about things in the video, but since then, you've had some obstacles you've had to face throughout your journey. Maybe you can tell us about a few of those and how you overcame them.
Yes, like I said in my video, my journey was, I mean, it's like anything. It was a little hard, but I succeeded. I had injuries. I had third-degree sprains. I had a hip dislocation. Also, Harvey happened the second time that I tried to re-enroll in the academy. So I was, financial stability-wise, I was not able to attend immediately. But, you know, the Houston Rodeo awarded me with a scholarship, and I was able to complete my police academy. So I'm very, very fortunate for that.
Could you, would you have any words of advice for someone who's maybe thinking into getting into a career of law enforcement? What you said, every day is a learning experience and every day is a new day. What other type of advice would you give to some of our students?
To not give up, hard work and being determined. It's the key. As long as you don't give up, it is possible. I failed once, I went back again, and I succeeded. So I came back stronger. I can say, just don't give up.
And Abigail, I want to touch on a question. I've talked with Chief about this several times over the last few months, but over this past summer, there has been certainly a lot of controversial talk and opinions about police. What have you learned from watching public opinion, from watching news reports, speaking with members of the community? What have been some of your takeaways you've gotten from that?
It's been a rough year, unfortunately, for everybody, not only law enforcement, but, you know, I think everyone in general, because it has, you know, left people, you know, with no jobs. A lot of people have lost their homes, things like that. But hopefully, you know, everything gets better, and trying to give the best we can to our community, be able to protect and serve, which is what we do.
Abigail, it's always wonderful to see our students. I know the Chief has a question for you as well. Chief, you want to jump on in?
Yeah, thanks, Todd. Abigail, let me tell you what. So they talk about the bond between police officers, and we all know that it's out there and it's been there forever, much like it is with the military folks. And the reason why that bond exists is normally the common experience. So you went to the academy. I went to an academy as well, significantly for longer ago than you, for sure. What was your favorite part of the academy? What did you love most about being there?
I love the hands-on, the handcuffing, the driving, the felony stops, all of that was my favorite part of the academy. The shooting, all of that, I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed the experience and how much it taught me. And the faculty and the staff from HCC were great to me. And I would actually even plan going back to do another program, just to have a backup.
Abigail, I have a question. Go ahead, Chief.
Forgive me, Todd. Quite honestly, I'm with you all the way. Driver training was like my favorite thing ever. Because you start to drive at 16, you think you know what you're doing, then you get in front of a bunch of guys that can really teach you how to drive a car. And they give you this big V8 to play around with. It was more fun than you can imagine. I would love to spend a little bit more time with you. I'm sorry HISD got you. We should have gotten you. But that's okay. You're happy where you are. And anything that we can do to support you, please let me know. It's wonderful to see you thriving.
Well, thank you so much for your words, Chief. That actually means a lot to me. But yeah, HISD has been great to me. I enjoy it. I love it every day. I'm very proud that I wear this uniform.
That's great to hear. I have a final question for you, Abigail. With this virtual learning and instruction that's been happening, especially since March, if you thought about going through the whole academy virtually, how would that have affected your decision? Did you find that difficult? I know you just wrapped things up, but I imagine you had to take some virtual instruction. How was that as an experience for you?
Honestly, Todd, I've always been more of a student that I learned going to class. I enjoy waking up early and going to class, face to face. It would have been a little hard on me trying to, get used to the virtual, But, I love law enforcement, and I think that I would have still done it because it is something that I've always wanted to do.
Abigail, it's great speaking with you. We wish you continued success and we'll want to keep watching your career. Stay safe out there.
Thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you guys for having me. Chief, thank you so much for your kind words. You guys have a great day and happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you. All right, we're going to move on to the chief. And boy, it's great to see our students from our Public Safety Institute. But you yourself have been working with the Public Safety Institute. Tell us about the work you've been doing to kind of bring them up to speed. Tell us how that's worked out.
Well, thanks, Todd. A lot of what we had talked about, the common experience for all police officers is they go through an academy, right? That's part of the rite of passage. So what we've been doing for years and years at HCC was you had to be a graduate of an academy, or you need to be an existing police officer before you applied for a job with us. And last year, the president of Northeast College reached out and we found a way to act a little bit more traditionally. So starting this coming semester, HCCPD will be able to sponsor students into the academy that Abigail was just talking about. So it changes our process a little bit, but it's really a great experience because now if you're interested in police work, but you haven't gotten into an academy, you can still apply for a job and we'll sponsor you through that academy.
Wow. And so are you guys, I imagine, how do you enroll? Will you have classes and new students starting in the spring? How does that work?
So we're starting this up in January. So I appreciate you asking, right? So the first part of this thing is you have to go to the HCC website, right? So hccs.edu. And what you want to do is go to the jobs board. As a police officer, jobs are posted, you'll be able to apply for those jobs, right? Because that's number one. We've got to have you in our system. And then what ends up happening is we're going to give a written test, right? Which is kind of new for us, but it's the way most police departments screen. And then we'll do a PT test, right? Make sure you're in good physical condition. And then we'll do interviews. And a really, really in-depth background, right? Because we gotta make sure that we're hiring the right folks. At that stage of the game, you get a job offer. Now, if you're a licensed police officer, you get a job offer as a police officer and you go to work. If you're a student who has to go to an academy, we give you a job offer as a cadet, and then your job becomes going to the academy every day. So now you have to pass and you have to be a licensed police officer at the end of the academy, or you can't continue to stay with HCC. But what it does is it gives you that job while you're going to school and while you're learning how to do the work. So it's really a big departure for us.
Right.
We're hoping it'll help our recruiting, but it's a great opportunity for some of these kids out here to want to do this.
Chief, you also mentioned that there's funding usually with police departments for people like Abigail to continue their education. Is that the case with most police officers out there?
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, the state legislature in the last several years has really done several things to help police and fire get education. And the ability to waive tuition for police and fire is now a statewide issue, right? So then add to that organizations like the 100 Club. You guys have seen the stickers on the back of people's cars. Well, they've been supporting police for years and years, but one of the ways they do that is that they fund up education as well. So as a police officer, you can get an associate degree, a bachelor's degree, and a master's degree, all funded by these organizations. Now, if you want to get a PhD, you can do that as well, but they only do that for folks of a certain rank. And forgive me, it's been a little while since I've looked at it, but I think you need to be a lieutenant before they'll fund your PhD for you.
It's great to know at least the funding's out there for our officers to continue their education.
And education is the answer, Todd, right? I mean, it used to be you could be a police officer with a high school education. The reality is, by the time you look at the technology and the complexity of the work, and now the ability to communicate with communities and whatnot and build these relationships, it takes sophisticated education in order to get there. So it is the future.
And especially if you're going into the police department, wanting to make it a career and rise in the ranks, it seems like the education becomes more important.
Absolutely, because running a police department is running a business, right? A multi-million-dollar business. I tell everybody in my organization I have a bachelor's degree, and I got it in business with a minor in criminal justice. I'm probably one of the last chiefs of police you'll see at HCC that has a bachelor's degree. It will take a master's or a PhD to take that job in the next few years. That's at least the way I see it.
Hey, Chief Greg Cunningham, it's about time to wrap things up. And, I appreciate you being here and joining us all throughout this year in the pandemic. We're going to wrap up 2020 and we look forward to kicking things off in 2021 with you.
Well, I tell you what, guys, thank you so much. Frank, are you going to shout at me about something, or do I really need to go now?
No, yeah, just one quick question. I was going to ask you, what changed over the last, I guess, 25, 30 years with the qualifications about having a master's now, or PhD to be a police chief?
Well, so the changing in the qualification is really kind of across the board. High school is still required for almost every department I've ever seen. A lot of organizations are now requiring or were requiring associate degrees, right? Dallas being one of them, right? And the idea was that if you were better educated, it made you a better police officer. And I agree with that 100%. The issue today is it's really hard to recruit folks, and they're having trouble. So in fact, for years, I think even Dallas has now backed off of that associate degree, which is moving in the wrong direction. We need to reach out to the community, right? There are a lot of folks out there that aren't exactly happy with the way police are operating. What I encourage you guys to do is please come, right? Join the organization. Let's do this from the inside out, right? We're not perfect, we know we're not, but the right way to make this thing better is to get involved and to come on the job, to learn what the challenges are, and make sure that you teach us what you feel like we need to know about your communities and the way that you do work. Most good police organizations have their arms open and want you to come to us, right? And let's work together to make policing a better profession across the board. I personally think that going back to an associate degree minimum requirement is the right thing to do. And I'll be honest with you, it's not going to be long before a bachelor's degree is. If you look at Europe, in essence, they are asking for bachelor's degrees for police in Europe. So that's the trend, and that's where people are going. So education is the key.
Thank you, Chief. I really appreciate that description.
Chief, once again, thank you so much for being here. Have a great holiday season. Enjoy your break, and we look forward to seeing you the first week we get back.
You guys hang in there. Please have a great holiday and be safe out there, okay?
Will do. Thank you, Chief.
Take care, guys.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to Frank. Want to let our viewers know we're probably going to be going a few minutes long this morning because we got some announcements we want to get in, and we've had some great interviews on the show, very meaningful interviews, and always good to catch up with our student success stories.
Big time, man. Like, I know hearing Abigail's story, I played football and I've been through a lot of physical things in my life. When she's talking about those hip injuries and those sprains, I'm a big baby. I would have been out probably 6 months from a sprain, sprained leg and ankle and messed up hip. So, hearing her story, I really appreciate her, not only her mental toughness, but her physical toughness too, to get through that program and to get over obstacles. So shout out to Abigail for real.
Yeah, hip injuries are no fun. About 15 years ago, I picked up a TV, thought I pulled out my back, but my hip had popped out of place and then popped back in. And your hip just never, gets the same after that. You always are prone to those hip injuries. So it's certainly something to overcome. I'll tell you that. So Frank, want to talk about a few things we have going on. One thing we want to let people know is HCC has a solution for you if you've lost your job because of COVID, or struggling to find work. Maybe you just have a high school diploma, very little industry training. Well, check out our adult education department.
Absolutely. So like you said, you're trying to get a diploma or industry training just in general, for more information to register, please visit the link in our post after the show. This is a great opportunity to really hone your skills, develop an interest in something, and make money for yourself and your family during this tough time during this pandemic.
Yeah, they have that Change Your Life for $20. It's an incredible program. And yes, it's really $20. Yes, that's all it costs. And you can sign up for that. Visit their website and you can learn all about it. Okay, Eagle Food Market, Frank, that's wrapping up this week. And in fact, I think it's already wrapped up. So we're gonna have to take that announcement out of there. But we do know food insecurity is a issue for a lot of our students, and we're trying to answer that by teaming up with the Houston Food Bank and having an Eagle Food Market. So for more information, check our website and you can get information on when the food market is available and how you can sign up for that. Okay, IT, they're gonna be working through the holidays, Frank.
Always and forever. IT is one of those departments, man, that are always in need. But yeah, they realize some of you guys will be working during the winter break. So Tier 1 support will open to help faculty and staff. Basic IT support and troubleshooting, unlocking accounts, and resetting passwords. So for more information about that, check your emails for IT alerts.
I want to skip on down to our registration because that's a big subject for us. We talked with Dr. Siddiqi about the Secure Your Seat campaign. That is going on right now. You can get free swag, all types of stuff by signing up early. You're entered in a drawing. You could also have a chance to win an iPad. You can go to hccs.edu/now for all your registrations needs. There may be some concern about the classes. Which ones do I take? We have advising help. Visit the virtual lobby. That's on our website as well. But once again, the registration website is hccs.edu/now. Okay, tomorrow, Frank, we've got some guests on the show, including some people from the Global Energy Center of Excellence.
Absolutely. So the program director, Farish Betten, will tell us about career opportunities awaiting for our students in that field of work. And Thursday is our virtual family fun day. So we have a host for Heritage Society, the organization with the historic homes downtown in Sam Houston Park. They usually host an event called Candlelight this time of the year. So I wonder what they'll be doing instead.
Yeah, we'll get a glimpse into what they're doing instead this year, since I imagine their tours are going to be limited. But we'll find all about it tomorrow. Frank, thanks for joining us at the last minute. We appreciate you being here.
It's always a pleasure, man. You know I got your back.
All right, man. Thank you. And thank you for being here. And Up to the Minute, we'll see you tomorrow morning live at 10 a.m.